Tamajit Singh Desi.
Thank you very much, Mr Deputy Speaker. And my gratitude also to the Backbench Business Committee, the Honourable Member for Mitcham and Morden, and all Honourable Members involved for ensuring time is given to this very important debate. There are many people in my Slough constituency with a direct interest in reconciliation, accountability and human rights in Sri Lanka because of their own links to that nation, because they have friends and family there, or because they are concerned about human rights. I had the pleasure of visiting this beautiful country and therefore appreciate fully the huge potential it has to succeed and prosper on the global stage. However, since the end of the tragic civil war in 2009, there has sadly not been the construction of robust human rights institutions and legal frameworks needed. And attempts at truth and reconciliation have been unsatisfactory, especially the withdrawal by the Sri Lankan government from the UN Human Rights Council Resolution 30/1. There must be commitment on all sides to transparency, honesty and a willingness to show contrition. Mr Deputy Speaker, the Tamil community, victims of violence and their families must feel that their voices are being heard. This has not, sadly, been the case thus far in Sri Lanka. Within the limited time available and without wanting to repeat what other honourable members have mentioned, I want to address one very specific abuse of human rights, an issue of huge concern to Sri Lankan Muslims, Christians and other faith communities, and one which I raised just earlier this month with the Foreign Office Minister, the forced cremation of those who have died from coronavirus. As the House will know, cremation of a human body is forbidden in some religions, including Islam. The Holy Quran sanctifies the human body as made by God and forbids cremation because it contends that human remains must return to the earth. But widespread reports indicate that Sri Lankan authorities have been cremating all COVID-19 victims, regardless of religion. The Sri Lankan government's chief epidemiologist claimed that burials would, and I quote, contaminate ground drinking water. There is absolutely no medical or scientific basis for this. The World Health Organization has made it clear that human remains can be safely buried without risk of spreading COVID-19, and across the world, including right here in the UK, countries have safely buried the bodies of those who have tragically died from this virus. And whilst reports indicate that these measures are being reversed, albeit not to full satisfaction yet, this has been seen by many as being in the broader context of oppression of minorities in Sri Lanka, including Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Tamils and others. From listening to constituents, especially those worshipping at the Masjid al-Jannah Slough and the Council of Sri Lankan Muslim Organisations UK, as a Vice Chair of the All-Party Parliamentary Group for Sri Lankan Muslims, I appreciate their deep pain and legitimate concerns. Mr Deputy Speaker, when the war ended, after 25 years of death and destruction, we had hoped for a lasting peace for every citizen of Sri Lanka. We had hoped for the rule of law and universal human rights. Recent events show that we still have a long way to go yet, and our UK government must step up to the plate on the international stage and impress upon the Sri Lankan government the need to respect universal human rights and the critical need to follow the path of accountability, justice and reconciliation.